Hello, welcome to another episode of Insurance with Infiniti. My name is Infiniti Whitley. I am a licensed life insurance broker in the states of Missouri, Michigan, and Texas. And I am here with another burning topic, another burning question, issue, whatever you want to call it. And that is, who actually needs life insurance, right? One of the most common misconceptions about life insurance is that it's just for old people. It's just, if you have family, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Like there's this idea that life insurance is for this specific class of people and you don't have to worry about it when you're, say, in your 20s or 30s. That's not true. But back on topic, I digress. Who actually needs life insurance? Everybody. Okay. So if you're single and young, you need it because it's future-proofing yourself into coverage. If you're like middle-aged and you have a family or you have property or debts, you need it to protect whoever you plan on leaving all your stuff to, okay? Because there's always a transition period between when you pass away and when they can actually get your stuff, especially if you don't have a living will put together and an executor, because they will be going through probate, unfortunately, and that can take a long, painful, stressful time for them to get through. And thankfully, life insurance coverage is exempt from that, so they have access to that death benefit while they're in limbo and waiting for everything else to fall through. All right, I went off on a tangent there, but life insurance is not just for when you die, especially with modern coverage options. So a lot of people think that, the life insurance will only, pay out to whoever's left. They don't really care about it because they won't get to experience the cash flow that comes in from that. And that's not entirely true anymore. With traditional life insurance that still exists in some aspects today, yeah, that might be the case. But if you are looking into more modern policies, if you're sitting down with brokers, we have options for you that will give you what we call living benefits. So living benefits are additional riders on life insurance policies that will give you access to that parts of that death benefit while you're alive in certain cases. So a lot of times with my clients, I talk about how we have terminal illness, chronic illness, critical illness, and I feel like there's a fourth one, but I'm blanking at the moment. But at least those three, right? And in those cases, if you were to suffer, a shortened lifespan because of a diagnosis, or, you become a little disabled from a stroke, or you have a heart attack, or you get cancer or something like that, we have different riders to cover you so that you can access a part of your death benefit while you're alive to cover those expenses while you're living. And so specifically, I deal a lot in mortgage protection life insurance, which I'll talk about another day if you guys want me to. But these people are people who have mortgages, so that's a high amount of debt, and they have families that are living under that roof, and these people want to make sure that their family does not get foreclosed on. So they'll take out the insurance to cover that just in case they pass away during either the term, or depending on what they qualify for, they'll get some kind of permanent coverage that's just there regardless, like an umbrella on a rainy day, right? So basically, life insurance pays out a tax-free benefit in most cases. There are special types of life insurance. I deal with the simple stuff that will pay dividends, and you might have to pay taxes on those dividends, but that's an entirely different horse. Simple life insurance that I deal with, you get a tax-free benefit, okay, when either you pass away or you become disabled. Okay, the benefit can be used for whatever you set the policy up for, basically, whatever you need it for. So if you say, again, going back to the mortgage, if you set it up for mortgage protection, then become disabled in some aspect and you cash in part of that policy, you can use those funds as a tax-free benefit to cover medical bills, the mortgage, any kind of lost income, income replacement, it's another deal, anything. So it really comes in clutch for a lot of people, and I am so happy to say that I am able to participate in this industry because it's so important to be able to protect your family or whomever you decide to leave your assets to. So basically, life insurance is there for if you live too short, if you live too long, or if you get sick. And those are things that we all go through during the human experience, so I highly recommend that you look into your options today. If you're generally pressed on time and just want to look into things quickly, typically I run about 20-minute appointments to sit down with people and go over their options and find them the coverage that fits their unique situation. Again, I am licensed in Missouri, Michigan, and Texas, so reach out if you need help. I am going to go talk to some other wonderful families today, and until the next episode, be blessed, everybody.